Dear students, welcome to the class of coordination compounds. In the previous class, we have seen the definition of coordination compounds and how they vary from the simple inorganic complexes. And also we have seen few of the terminologies that will be used in this chapter. Like we have seen central metal ion, and then we have also discussed ligands, coordination sphere, coordination number, and complex ion. And also we have seen the types of ligands, monodentate ligands, bidentate ligands, and polydentate ligands, and also chelating ligands. In today's class, let us discuss the nomenclature of coordination compounds. Coordination compounds, like organic compounds, they will also have certain nomenclature. So these in inorganic chemistry also, these coordination compounds, they will have a IUPAC nomenclature. It was proposed in 1989. Let us say few of the basic rules that has to be followed in naming these coordination compounds. The first rule, suppose when a complex is given like this, you have to name this complex. In order to name this complex, you have to follow certain rules. Let us see all those rules. The first rule is the positive ion is named first, followed by the negative ion. The positive ion is named first, followed by the negative ion. Like simple inorganic salts. For example, NaCl. How do you name this NaCl? You have to name the positive ion first, followed by negative ion. What is the positive ion among these two? Sodium. And negative ion is chloride. So you will name it as sodium chloride, but not chlorosodium. Okay. Similar to these inorganic salts, the complex compounds or coordination compounds has to be named in the similar manner. First positive ion should be named, followed by negative ion. It is very simple. How do you write a compound? How do you write a compound? First you will write a positive ion, that is cation, then you will write a negative ion, that is anion. Always the similar logic is applied here. Here also the uh, first molecule that is there is a positive, then the next molecule or next ion will be a negative ion. Here in these two, what is the first thing? There is a complex is there, coordination sphere is there. Therefore this coordination sphere forms a positive ion, that is cation, and this chloride group is written on the right side. Therefore it is negative ion, that is anion. Similarly, in this case, suppose if the formula is like this, here what is the first written ion here? Potassium. Always positive ion will be written first. Therefore in this case, potassium is a positive ion or cation, and this coordination sphere is anion. Therefore you have to name first potassium, followed by the coordination sphere. Here first you have to name this coordination sphere, followed by the ion that is there. What is the ion here? Chloride. Okay, first you have to name whatever is there in the first place, then followed by the ion which is next to this cation. This is how you have to name. This is a basic condition. Now you know what you have to write first. Okay, while writing the name of a complex, now how do you write the complex name? This name. How do you name this coordination sphere? How you name? You have to. You are having metal ion as well as ligands. Sometimes one type of ligands will be there. Sometimes different types of ligands will be there. So in order, while writing the name of this coordination sphere, first all the ligands are named in the alphabetical order. If more than one type of ligand is there, you have to name them in the alphabetical order. You will see with an example also, irrespective of their charge, then followed by central metal ion. First you have to see here, while writing the formula, you will write in a coordination sphere. First you will write the central metal ion followed by ligands. But while naming this complex, how do you name them? First you have to write the ligand names followed by central metal ion name without any space. You have to remember this. Without any space. There should not be any space between ligands, central metal ion. Okay. For example, see this. Here, what is the central metal ion here? Cobalt. And what are the ligands here? There are two types of ligands. One is chloro group is there, chloride is there, and also ammonia is there. So while since there are, how do you name this? You have to follow the second rule. First you have to write all the ligand names. So which there are two types of ligands here. Which ligand you will name first? You have to follow the alphabetical order. So while naming this is ammonia, starts with A. This is chloro, it will start with C. So which will come first, A or C? A will come first. So you have to name this ligand first, followed by chloro. First you have to name this ligand, amine, then chloro, then followed by central metal ion, that is cobalt. Okay, this is the second rule. You have to follow the alphabetical order while naming the coordination sphere. Now you have seen this is the case when you write the name from the formula. Suppose formula is given, suppose name is given. How do you write the formula? In those cases, you have to follow this rule. While writing the formula of complexes, the complex ion should be enclosed in square bracket. Complex ion should be written in a square bracket. And inside the square bracket, first you have to write the metal, then followed by the ligands. And the ligand should be written in this order. You have to follow this order while writing the formula from the name. First you have to write negative ligands, followed by neutral ligands, followed by positive ligands. Okay, this is the case while writing the name, while writing the formula from name. Okay, but this, when formula is given, you have to write a name, you have to follow these rules. Okay, this is very important. Let us see. So while naming the ligands, you have to follow certain rules. Suppose if the ligand is a negatively charged ligand, then you have to end the name of that ligand with O. For example, see here. You all know that this is fluoro. You all have to remember the charges on these ligands as well as this formula and also their names. Then only you can understand this chapter. You have to learn all these. So while naming the negative ligands, you have to end them with O. For example, see here, fluoro. Fluoro is a negative ligand, so you are ending with fluoro. Sorry, there is a spelling mistake here. This should be O. Fluoro. This is chloride ion is here negatively charged. Therefore, you have to use chloro. This terminology you have to use while naming a coordination sphere. While naming the ligands, if these are the ligands in the coordination sphere, then you have to use these names. Okay. Since all these are negatively charged, you have to end their names with O. Here it should be O. Fluoro is Cl minus. Chloro. What is the charge here? Minus means 1. Minus 1, not 1, minus 1. Chloro, minus 1 is the charge. Chloro, you have to remember the charge on these ligands also. Very important. Bromo, minus 1. Iodo, minus 1. Hydrido, minus 1. Cyano, Cn means cyano. OH minus means charge is minus 1. Hydroxo, this is oxo. Oxo. If only O is given in the coordination sphere, that means that is oxo, and the charge will be on that will be minus 2. If O2 is given, that means peroxo, minus 2, and the charge will be minus 2. See here, charge is minus 2. Here also minus 2. SH minus, mercapto, S2 minus. What is the charge on this 2 minus? This is thio. And NO2 -1, this is nitro. Charge here is -1. These are negative ligands. Okay, so whenever these ligands are there, while naming the coordination sphere, you have to use these names. You have to end their names with O. Let us see the case when neutral ligands are there. Neutral ligands and positively charged. If there are neutral ligands, if there is no charge on the ligand, for example, water. Is there any charge on the water? H2O? No. And ammonia. Ammonia is also neutral ligand. There is no charge. Okay. So let us see how do you name them. For example, NH3. This is NH3, not NH2. This is NH3. If NH3 is there, I'll correct it here. This is NH3. If NH3 is there, you have to use amine. If H2O ligand is there, you have to use aqua. Aqua. See, these are the few exceptions here. H2O is there, you should not write water. You have to write aqua. NH3 is there, you have to write amine. A-M-M-I-N-E, amine. If CO is there, carbon monoxide is there, you have to name it as carbonyl. If NO is there, you have to use nitrosyl. N2 is dinitrogen. O2 is dioxygen. Okay, O2 is dioxygen. See, there are three oxygen related ligands here. One is oxo, simple oxo, charge here is -2, peroxo -2, and dioxygen. Dioxygen, you have to write it O2. Okay, O2. So the neutral ligands, there is no any specific ending here. These are few neutral ligands. Okay, these are few aqua and amine, nitrosyl and carbonyl. These are few neutral ligands. And if they are positive ligands, you have to end their names with EM. EM. If they are positive ligands, you have to end their names with IUM. If they are negative ligands, you have to end their names with O. Neutral ligands, no specific ending. For positive ligands, you have to use IUM. For example, see here NH2 NH3 plus. This is hydrazinium. Hydrazinium. EM is here. This is NO plus. This is nitrosonium. See here EM. NO2 plus. Nitronium. Nitronium. Okay. All you have to remember is here these charges, the names you have to remember. Okay, that is very important while giving a complete name to the complex or coordination sphere. Now let us see a few examples. There are few more rules, sorry. So that is the one rule. The other rules are, if there are suppose several number of same ligand are there, okay, then you have to use di, tri, tetra, penta, hexa. For example, in the previous example, we have seen that there are 6 ammonia molecules. Then in that case, you have to use hexa. If there are 2 ligands, you have to use di. If there are 3 ligands, same ligand, you have to use tri. Okay. To show the number of ligands of the type. Okay. If the ligand, when the name of the ligand includes a number like dipyridine, if the name of the ligands includes any di, tri inside the ligand, then you have to use bis, tris, tetrakis. Suppose this is an example of one ligand. Suppose the ligand is dipyridine. Already in the name di is there. If 2 dipyridiles are there, how do you name it? You have to use bis. If there are 3, you have to use tris dipyridyl. If there are 4 dipyridyl ligands are there, you have to use tetrakis dipyridyl. This is only not to avoid confusion. That's it. To avoid confusion, we have to use. If in the name of the ligand If di, tri is already present, in such cases, for naming two ligands, you have to use bis, 3, tris, 4, tetratris. Okay. Now let us see how the central ion has to be named. If the central ion is a positive, then positive the central ion in the positive complex ions and the neutral complexes has no specific ending. This means if the central ion carries a positive charge or no charge, there is no any specific ending in the name. But if the central ion is negatively charged, then you have to use this name 8. Then you have to use 8. If the central ion is positive charge or neutral complex, there is no specific ending. But if the central ion is carrying a negative charge, then you have to use 8 along with the name of that central ion. For example, let us see this one. See here, this is Ag. See how many Cn? Cn is what? Negative ligand. What is the charge on the Cn? -1. So the total, how many Cns are there? 2, means -2. -2, the charge on the coordination sphere is, it is minus, means it indicates -1. So -2, if we remove 2 from 1, we will get -1 charge on the silver. That means negative charge on the silver. I will show you how to calculate this in the coming slide. So you are getting -1 charge on the silver. Since it is a negatively charged central ion, you have to end the name with what? 8. So argentate. Argentate. See here, 8. You are using 8 here because it is negatively charged central ion. Okay. Now the oxidation state of the central ion is shown by Roman numeral in brackets. How do you show the charge? Charge here is -1. How do you show? You have to indicate like this, -1, Roman letter you have to use, and you have to indicate in a bracket like this. Here, few examples: titanium 3, copper 3, 2, whatever is the charge. Even if the charge is 0 also, you have to indicate in the brackets like here. See here, in this complex iron pentacarbonyl, the charge on the iron is 0, so you have to indicate in the brackets and 0. Even if the charge is negative or positive, you have to indicate immediately after the name of the central ion in the brackets. If it is negatively charged, you have to use 8. If it is neutral, nothing is required, just name it. Neutral or positive. This is positive. See here, +3, +2 is here. So you have to indicate just the name of the central ion. Only in the case of negative charge, see here, -1 is a charge, so you are ending the name of cobalt with 8. The name becomes cobaltate. Okay. Now, some of the monodentate ligands may have more than one donor atoms, through which it can coordinate to central metal ion. For example, NO2. NO2 is having, there are 2 donor atoms here. Nitrogen is having a lone pair of electron, and also oxygen is also having lone pair of electron. How do you differentiate this? You have to indicate with this MNO. You have to write like this. If M is bonded to N, it is nitro. If it is a nitro, M should be linked to N. If it is a nitrito, then oxygen will be donating. You have to indicate the linkage here. M, O, okay, M bonded to O. There is a linkage difference here. These are also known as linkage isomers. You will be studying more about this in the further classes. So these are linkage isomers. There is a difference in the linkage of the donor atom here. Here the donor atom is nitro. N in nitro, donor atom is nitrogen. In nitrito, the donor atom is oxygen. The difference in the linkage here, you have to indicate like this with M bond O, M bond N. Similarly, there are few other examples like SCN. Here there are also 2 donor atoms, sulfur and nitrogen. Okay, if sulfur is a donor atom, that is a thiocyanate. If nitrogen is the donor atom, that is isothiocyanate. You have to these are also, there is also difference in the linkage between metal and the donor atom of the ligand. See here, that linkage you have to show here. See, M bond HCN. If N is the donor atom, M bond NCS. These are also linkage isomers. Okay, these are, when there are a difference in the linkage, such type of ligands are known as ambident ligands. These are ambident ligands. Okay, now let me erase this one first. Now there are few more rules for naming these complexes. For example, if the name is very big, like ethylene diamine, you can use the abbreviation like EN, pyridine PY, acetyl acetonate ACAC. Now, if the complex ion is a bridge, there is a bridging bond between the metal atoms, you have to indicate the bridging ligands with mu. If there are two or more bridging groups of the same kind, then you have to use di-mu or tri-mu. If the bridging groups are more than two metal atoms, then you have to use mu3, mu4, mu5 or mu6. Now let us see the naming of few complexes. As I said, you have to remember the name, you have to remember the ligands and their charges. Then only you can name a coordination sphere or complex compound. For example, let us see this the name how to write the name of this complex. First, you have to know, when you ionize, what is the cation and what is the anion here. What is the cation here? The whole coordination sphere is a cation, and this chloro group which is outside this coordination sphere is the anion. Okay, so first you have to name the coordination sphere followed by the ion which is outside. How do you name this? First, let us write the ionized ions here. When you ionize this, these are the ions that will be formed. Okay, and how do you write the charge on this complex? What is the ion here? Chloro. What is the charge on the chloride? -1. So when you write NaCl, if Cl is -1 charge, the other ion should be +1. Okay. Here also, Cl is -1 means the charge on the coordination sphere should be +1 here. +1. Okay. This is how you have to write the charge. Now, first what I said, first you have to write the cation followed by anion. Cation is this coordination sphere, anion is chloride. Here, since this is outside, you have to use chloride, not chloro. And while naming this, how do you name this? You have to first write the name of the ligand and followed by central metal ion followed by charge on the central metal ion. So you will know, you already know what is the ligand here, ammonia. Okay, ligand is ammonia. How many ammonia molecules are there? 2. So you have to use di. Ammonia is a neutral ligand. So diamine. No need of adding O. Diamine. What is the central metal ion? Silver. Now, how do you calculate the charge? The charge can be calculated like this. See here. First what you have to write here? You have to write the total charge on the coordination sphere, that is +1. And that is equal to, that should be equal to, now write the ligands and their charges. What is true here? Number of ligands. How many ligands are there? Ammonia molecules 2. Ammonia is a neutral ligand, so 0. Let me take a pen here. So ammonia is 0, 2 into 0 plus X. X indicates the charge of the central metal ion. So what is X is equal to plus 1, 2 into 0 is 0. So charge on the central metal atom is plus 1. Okay, charge on the central metal ion is plus 1. And the charge on the central metal ion is plus 1 or 0. There is no specific ending on the name. So you can write the central metal ion as it is. This is silver. So diamine, there should not be any space. Remember, there should not be any space while naming the coordination sphere. While naming the coordination sphere, not the whole. You have to put a space between cation and anion, but while naming the coordination sphere, there should not be any space between ligands and silver and central metal atom and the charge. Okay, what is the cation or what is the coordination sphere here? What is the coordination sphere? This one. So how many ammonia molecules are there? 2. So di. What is the ammonia? What is the name here that you have to use? Amine. For ammonia, you have to use amine. Since it's a positively charged central ion, you have to write the name as it is, silver. What is the charge? 1. That you have to indicate in a bracket with a Roman letter 1. This is cation. Now you have to put some space here. Now write the name of the anion. What is the anion here? Chloride. So chloride. This is how you have to name. Let us see a few more examples. Let us see how this complex is named here. So when this ionizes, how it ionizes. So there are 3 chloro molecules outside this sphere. So when you ionize this, you will get 3 chloride ions. To satisfy the charge of these, so 3 chloride ions means 3 negative charges. So the sphere should get 3 positive charges. Let us see. This is how it will ionize. So 3 Cl minus should be there, and 3 Cl minus, D Cl minus, and since there are 3 negative charges, there should be 3 positive charges. So this sphere will get plus 3 charge. Now how do you calculate the central ion oxidation state? Let us see. This is how you can calculate the central ion oxidation state. What is the charge? First, what we have to do is, first you have to write the charge on this complex or coordination sphere, that is plus 3, and is equal. This is a formula you have to use in each case. There are different cases. I will show you how to do that also. Is equal to 6, then is equal to, now you have to write the ligands and their charges. What is the number of ligand here? 6, and only one type of ligand is there, that is amine, that is neutral, therefore the charge is 0. 6 into 0 plus X you have to use, and X is equal to plus 3. 6 into 0 is 0. X is equal to plus 3. Now plus 3 is the charge of the central metal atom, that is cobalt. Since it is a positively charged central metal atom, the name we have to write it as a simple. So the name will be, how many ammonia molecules are there? 6. So you have to use hexa. This is ammonia, amine, cobalt. What is the charge? 3. Indicate in Roman letters. 3. No space here. This is a cation. Then after writing the whole coordination sphere is a cation. While naming the coordination sphere, there should not be space here till here. See, till here there is no space. After writing this, you have to name the anion. What is the anion here? Chloride. So give some space and write anion, chloride. While naming sodium chloride also, you write sodium first, you will give some space, then you write chloride. Here also the same. Let us see another example. Here, what is the cation here? This is another case. Here the cation is complex coordination sphere, anion is outside the coordination sphere. There is a chloro. Here cation is potassium, okay, followed by anion is coordination sphere here. How do you ionize this? When you ionize this, these are the ions you will be getting. potassium plus, since you know potassium belongs to group 1, so only one +1 charge will be there. +1, if that satisfy this +1 charge, the coordination sphere should have -1 charge. Now how do you calculate what is the charge on this coordination? You have to take only this coordination sphere while calculating the charge on the central metal atom, silver. What is the charge here? -1 is equal to, how many ligands are there? 2. In brackets, you have to write the charge on that ligand. What is the ligand here? Cyano. We have already seen the charge on the cyano is -1. So -1 plus x. Okay, if 2 into -1 is -2. If it goes this side, it becomes x is equal to -1 plus 2, that is +1. So charge on the silver is +1. So how do you name the complex? It is, first you have to name the cation, that is potassium, some space. Then what is the anion? His coordination sphere. Coordination sphere is, how many cyano ligands are there? 2. What is the ligand? Cyano. So dicyano argentate 1. Okay, this is how you have to name. Okay, students, these are the few other examples also. This is how you have to calculate. See, when you ionize this, there are 2 sodium, 2 Na plus, and then since there are 2 Na plus, the coordination sphere will get -2 charge. And this is how you can practice this. You can practice this. I'm giving the how to calculate the charge here. You can copy this and practice this later. So charge is +4. So how many? What is the cation? Sodium. 6 fluoros are there. Hexafluoro, silicate, negative. Since the charge on this coordination sphere is -2, that is negatively charged, you have to indicate with 8. Here also, since the coordination sphere is negatively charged, you have used 8. And what is the charge here? +4. You have to write +4. And here also potassium. So see here. When you ionize this, what you will get? Potassium. How many potassiums are there? 2. So the charge on this coordination sphere will be -2. So there are many ligands here. See, there are many ligands here. So what is the charge on this sphere? -2. That is equal to, first let us start from here. How many cyanos are there? 2. 2 into what is the charge on the cyano? -1 plus, what is this? Dioxygen. So 1, what is the charge? -2. Then peroxo. 1, how many peroxos are there? 1. The charge is -2. Plus ammonia 1. 1 charge is 0. That is equal to plus x. So x will be +4. So how do you name this when are more than one ligand? You have to follow the rule, that is, you have to follow the alphabetical order. Among all this, what is the ligand that comes first? It's the ammonia. Amine. It starts with A. So amine. So we have cyano, oxo, and peroxo. Among this, after amine, C comes. Cyano, you have to write C here. How many? 2. So you have to write dicyano. Okay, dicyano. Then oxo, peroxo. Oxo comes first. Oxo, then peroxo. Since the charge here is negatively charged of the coordination sphere is there, you have to use 8. This is chromate, you have to write chromate. What is the charge here? What is the charge here? +4. Sorry, this is wrongly written here. You have to write +4. So these are the few other complexes that you can practice. Here is the charge here is +3. Amine is there, nitro is there, cyano is there, chloro is there. First amine comes. How many? 3. Triamine, chloro, cyano. If both starts with C, then you have to consider the second letter. In chloro and cyano, here H is the second letter. In cyano, Y is the second letter. So chloro comes. Chloro, cyano, nitro, cobalt 3. See here, amines. Here amine and chloro is there. 2 amines are there. Diamine, tetrachloro, platinum. The charge here 4. Here sodium, first write here, see here, uh, here there is no space, okay. Chloro, nitrito is there, and ethylene diamine. See here, En means ethylene diamine. So the name itself contains di. So you have to use, there are two ethylene diamines, so you have to use bis here, bis. Okay, bis ethylene diamine. But while considering, while writing the ligand, you have to see this one only, ethylene. So ethylene diamine, ONO means nitrito. O is the donor atom here, chloro, which comes from C comes from. So chloro, ethylene, bis ethylene diamine, nitrito, cobalt 3. Here also sodium, this is thiosulfato. This is a special case here. Even though there is no di or tri, you have to use this for this one. Bis thiosulfato argentate 1. Here cyclopentadienyl. 2 are there. So bis cyclopentadienyl iron 2. Okay, this is how you have to name the complexes or coordination compounds. We'll stop here. In the next class, we will see how to name the bridge complexes, and we will also see when a name is given. So here, name is written when the formula is given here. In the next class, we will see when the name is given, how will you write the formula. Okay, we'll stop here. We shall meet in the next class. Okay, thank you all.